Hi, this is the 31st of May, Tuesday, and this is a little update of the weekend, and I'm going to talk about food and the effects on the human body. So, what we eat, it does matter. Um, as we got back to Hungary and visited my mum, she's eating a almost classic Hungarian diet. Well, she's not as much because she was on a Jewish diet before with me, and now she's eating less meat, but she's still eating like pork lard for the morning and bread. I still eat meats as well, and of course she's offering me all the time, and she keeps saying that without meat it's not very good. So she wants to convince me. I didn't touch any of the food she made. However, my intention was to help her. And what's happened, I simply allowed, because we went for a wedding day and on Saturday evening, and I just simply allowed myself to eat meat, which I wasn't eating for since last August, September, when I did the Vipassana meditation sitting, and since then, last year, I didn't touch meat, except one occasion, which I will come back to it later. So anyhow, we did eat meat with my dear, and well, she hasn't eaten meat. Well, that was an interesting point as well, because she had the soup. It was a chicken soup, and I had the meat from the soup as well. She didn't. And after, it was a very well known and famous Hungarian goulash, and I did try a bit. She didn't eat the meat, but she had some of the I call the soft from, and and later I felt almost instantly, like after the chicken soup, I felt like it's something just not right. I felt in the joints, felt some pain in the joints, and it was just not quite right. I felt tired, but we managed. The energy was so great. The food was just like, all the best. So we did really enjoy the wedding, although because of the kids we couldn't stay quite long, so we came home, and the following day was just so painful for me and for Jenny. It was the pain in our joints, my knees, the ankle, the elbows, the shoulders, like even my fingers. I felt like I just like crampy, and I couldn't really move. I lost all that flexibility I did have before. So that was an interesting point to test, and I did tell this to my mom, kind of like convincing her that that it's actually no good to eating meat, but her reaction was completely opposite. And she said, it's like, yes, of course, because I wasn't eating meat for a long time, and the body didn't get used to it. So that was her response, and I said, okay. So she didn't get the message that it's a proof for me that it's eating meat is no good. So but she find it otherwise. bless her. So uh, it's probably how I feel right now, because the intention was to help her, and I found one way to actually testing on myself. It might can give her some idea, which I still believe it did, even if she didn't accept it. But it's in a long term, it can cause a change, which like everything does. So yes, and uh, since then, every morning we do eat lots of green soups, and yeah, I'm back to normal. It's like, yeah, all the pain from the joints disappeared. I'm flexible again, and I've got energy to move, and I'm so happy and grateful for this. So has Jenny. She's got her flexibility, her uh, yeah, kind of energy back, and the pain disappeared from her body too. The interesting point, in this observation, we had a discussion with Jenny about this, because she didn't eat the meat, because she said it will um, make less trouble for the stomach. And I said, I don't think so. Well, my observation was like, or my opinion on that before, it was like, it doesn't matter. It has been cooked in the same environment, and from that on, it doesn't really matter. I'm in the game, kind of thing. So I will eat, and I will enjoy it, and I will get the consequences, whatever it happens. So I did, but she did as well. So she had the same experience. So for me, it's a proof that it's if you want to try it, try it. Don't think like, don't take less. It's either don't take it or take it. So this is how I feel, towards things. So if you feel that it's not going to be good for you, don't do it. If you want to try, don't try to make like halfway. Is a try a little bit, because it doesn't help really. Um, So especially when you're at the stage when the body is clear, and it just gives clear signs like, I don't want this. So that was my observations, and on this thing, which was, yeah, kind of good. Just coming back to this, when I said it's like, I've done one. I was eating meat once. That was in February actually this year, when we came back to Hungary once. Um, and at that time, well, we've been in a shopping center, and I was just like walking around. I couldn't really decide what to eat, and Jenny just stood in front of me, and came to this question like, suddenly to me. It's like, stop now and just answer me, without thinking what you want to eat. And I said, like, out of like nowhere, just instantly, meat. And and I was so shocked, like, what did I just say? I wasn't eating meat for like months, and I wasn't even craving for it. And I just said that, and she said, okay, let's eat some meat. And I said, no, 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 I don't want to eat meat, but I just said it. So it was kind of weird, but she said, let's do it, and I said, okay, let's do it. So, and I said, okay, if I do, I will eat meat. And um, I started to searching, but nothing was really you know doing good for my taste, or have a good feeling. But I found this very famous Hungarian salami. It's called pig, and I said, okay, I want that. So I had one of that. That was one of my favorite long time, and but I didn't have it for a long time. So I had one of that, and ate it, a lot, quite a bit from it. and I was so sick afterwards. I just couldn't. Oh, it was just like so terrible, the feelings. And we went back to a shopping center, into another one, and I just couldn't even wait to go to the cashier with, because we went to the vegetable aisle, and I found some red radishes, and I just had to. I felt like I have to eat that. It's a strong cleanser actually, and so I ate, like, I don't know, 6 7 of it, almost a bunch of radish, and I was fine afterwards. It didn't take long, a couple of minutes really, and the body started to go back to normal, and I was fine. But during that period, it's like, yeah, the body, made some serious signals, like signs that no, this is not for you. But it needed for the mind to actually convince the mind that this is the right path, and meat is not a subject on this path. So I'm so grateful and so glad that I had that experience, and Jenny took me to experience that, and yeah, it helped me a lot to understand uh, how I'm walking on the path. And when you're on the path, it's going backwards is not so good. You don't really want to. So yeah, that's about on food and things. Thanks for watching, and thank you, thank you. I love you.